Hi, my name is Grace Steinhauser, and it is May 9th, 2021. This is my piece of paper stating my name and the date. I'm sorry it's backwards. It says May 9, 2021. This is my piece of paper, my referencing. It is my flashcard or my piece of paper. This is the back of my piece of paper. There is nothing on the back, only the front. I will only be referencing my piece of paper. I will not be reading off of it. So to start off, we are talking about disease. Disease is a disorder on the body and it attacks our function and our structure. With disease, we experience signs and symptoms, and these may be severe or mild. I will talk more about signs and symptoms later. But with classifications of disease, these are the different steps that disease takes. It's where it's from, it's where it develops, and what it does to the body and how many people it affects. We have topography, so this is where the region is and where the region of the disease is as far as anatomic, so where it is in the body, the organs, the tissues, what it's affecting. The physiological, so the function that it affects and how it's shutting down our bodies. Pathological, so that is the nature of the disease, as well as etiologic, so where it's from, what's caused by this disease. And as far as jurisdiction, this is the time and the duration that this disease is in the body. It is how long it is going to take for us, our bodies, to fight this off. As well as epidemiological, this is how we can fight off this infection or how we can prevent from getting this infection or this disease or this condition. As well as statistical. So statistics, where in the world is this disease affecting people the most? Is it affecting people in India most or in the United States? How many people is it affecting? Etiology, I'm sorry, I couldn't say that. Etiology is the cause. What is causing us to have this disease or this function? For example, if we have high blood pressure, what is causing this? Is it because we're smoking too much and we're drinking too much salty liquids or eating too much salty food? Or is it because we're lacking exercise? The etiology is the cause of the disease. Whereas pathogenesis is the origin of where this disease came from, how has it progressed? Did it progress significantly since it was originally found, or is it the exact same as it was originally? Where it come from and where it has developed from there. With disease, we have signs and symptoms. Symptoms are what someone is feeling in regards to that having that disease. It's a deviation from our homeostasis, and it tells us that something is wrong. So a symptom is maybe pain, or it may be a headache. It's something that no one else can see but the patient. Whereas a sign is something that someone else can see, a doctor can see, someone else, a loved one can see. This is also a deviation from our original homeostasis of what our body is at, and this is also a flag to go and get treated. So you could have jaundice, so yellowing of the skin. That tells us that something is wrong, as well as a rash. You may have a rash on your neck or your arm. This is also a sign that someone else can see and something that you need to go get checked out. With syndrome, we have an umbrella over signs and symptoms. A syndrome is a group of signs and symptoms that determines a diagnosis. So as far as IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, that's a syndrome. You experience signs and symptoms from having IBS. You may not experience all of these signs and symptoms, but you could experience many of them. And some symptoms don't have a known cause. IBS, we don't exactly know what it's caused from or where it comes from, but we do know what causes Down syndrome. We have an extra chromosome. So some syndromes don't have causes, but some do. And to better determine or name what we have and what we're experiencing is a diagnosis. We have a diagnosis of something. We could have a diagnosis of arthritis because we were experiencing pain and stiffness in our knee. Uh, a diagnosis is a process of determining what is causing this, or what is this disease, based on our signs and symptoms. And to better diagnose patients, we have diagnostic tests. This is things that help us determine what is going on inside of our bodies, such as MRIs and EMGs and CT scans. This helps us determine what is going on and diagnose the patient so that we can better treat the patient. And they may need surgery in the future based on their diagnosis. And unfortunately, there's complications with surgery. There's complications that happen in surgery that aren't planned. It's an unfavorable event that unfortunately is a risk of surgery or procedure or having an illness or a disease. An example of a condition would be having a heart attack. Maybe you have a polytrauma and you are in surgery and you're having multiple people do surgery on you. The complication is your heart can't take it. Your heart is pumping too fast and your heart just shuts down and you have a heart attack and you cannot breathe anymore. And after surgery and after diagnosis and after many prognosis, or after diagnosis, we have prognosis. Prognosis is something that many patients are worried about. It's how long we are going to have this illness or this disease or this condition. Like for example, we have cancer. A lot of people are worried about what's the prognosis of having cancer, ovarian cancer, breast cancer. They're worried about how long they have to live. Not all diseases have a prognosis of death or how long they're going to live until death. But they have a prognosis of how long you're going to fight this disease, how long you're going to fight that flu and feel signs and symptoms of having the flu. And with all of these that I just talked about, this is not specific for the human body. These do happen in animals as well, and it is animals and plants. These have diseases and these have diagnosis as well. So thank you so much.